Have you ever wanted to bend, twist, or stretch your model in SolidWorks all in one single command? Well, that's exactly what the Flex tool lets you to do. Whether it's creating a model like this, bending a pipe, or giving a shape to the custom product design, the Flex tool adds motion and realism to your static models without needing complex feature. All you need is a Flex tool. Basically, Flex tool allows you to perform the operations like bending, twisting, tapering, stretching without creating the other features. In this video, we will explore how to use twist, bend, stretch, and taper options step by step and see how this single tool can completely transform your design process. If the Flex tool isn't available by default, you can search for the Flex tool in command search and then drag and drop it like this. Now, the question arises how it works. So let's start with the bending operation. Here I have the simple model that is hollow beam. Now, activate the Flex tool and then make sure that bending radio button is selected and click on the model. Now, you will observe the two planes are created, that is trim plane 1 and trim plane 2. Any operation that is bending, twisting, tapering or stretching will be performed only in between these planes. And also you can observe the bend axis is displayed at the middle of the model. Now you can observe there is an arrow in front of trim plane 1 and trim plane 2. Using this arrow you can adjust the position of the planes like this. This is because the area that is outside this plane will not be bent. The bending operation will be performed only the portion that is in between the planes. So you can specify the bending position using the planes, or you can enter the precise offset distance for the planes. Like I want the bending operation from the middle to the back part, that is trim plane 1 to trim plane 2. So I set the offset distance to 100 mm. Now you can observe the trim plane 1 moved at the center of the model. Now here you can define the bending angle. Let's say I want the bending angle of 90 degrees. So just type 90 and press enter. Now you can observe the preview. You can change the bending angle according to your requirement. Also, the bending angle and the bend radius are associated with each other. If you change the bending angle, the bend radius also changes. And if you change the bend radius, the bending angle adjusts automatically. Now let's talk about this triad. Basically, this triad is to move the bend position. Like drag the z-axis arrow, then you can observe the bend is moved along the z-axis. In a similar way, if we drag the y arrow, you can observe the model is moved downward, or you can say the axis is moved downward or upward. Once you are done, simply click on the green tick to confirm the bend. And that's it. You have created a bend without any additional feature, all just using the Flex tool. Now let's talk about the twist feature. Here I have this model. Basically, this is the base model for drill bit. Here I will be adding some twist to create how exactly the drill bit looks. So when you activate the Flex tool, this time make sure that twisting radio button is selected, and when you select the model by clicking on it, you can observe the features that were similar in case of bending will appear, that is the trim plane 1, trim plane 2 and the triad. So You can adjust the trim plane 1 and trim plane 2 according to your requirement. As discussed earlier, like I want the trim plane 1 at a slightly offset distance. So simply click on the arrow and drag it. I want the offset of 30 mm from the base. So I will be entering 30 mm as the offset distance in trim plane 1. Now you can also adjust the position of trim plane 2, but here I am not doing that. Then let's specify the twist angle. Now here I am going to use 700 as the twist angle. Now you can observe the preview, and when your twist angle is confirmed, then simply click on the green tick to confirm the flex feature. And that's it. We have created the twist feature without using any additional feature. Now let's have a look over this example. Basically, this is a simple model of earring before the flex was applied. The model looks like this. The straight rods are connected. If we select the twist radio button and then select the model and specify the twist angle, that is 400 degrees, then you can observe the preview. And when you click on the green tick, the twist is applied. And that's it. From that simple feature to this complex feature, all using one tool. Now let's talk about tapering operation. Here I have used this simple model to which I have already applied the twisting operation. Let's apply the taper to it. Activate the flex tool and this time click on the tapering radio button. Now click on the model to select it. Now the trim plane 1, trim plane 2 and the triad will appear, similar in case of bending and twisting. Here, if we increase the taper distance in positive direction, that is 0.1, 0.2 and so on, then you will observe the tapering at trim plane 1 side. And if we do the negative tapering, that is minus 0.2, then you will observe the tapering on the opposite side, like this and like this. Let's set it to minus 0.5. Now you can adjust the trim plane 1 to define the taper position, means the portion that is in between trim plane 1 and trim plane 2 will be tapered and rest will remain unaffected as shown on the screen. And then simply click on the green tick to confirm the taper. And that's it. Moving on to our last operation, that is stretching. Here I have used this beam that is tapered from the bottom side. Now I want to stretch the untapered end. To do so, activate the flex tool and this time select the stretching radio button and then click on the model. Now the planes and the triad appear, having the similar function as in case of bending, twisting and tapering. This time, as we mentioned, we want stretching at the untapered end. So I have to set the trim plane 2 accordingly. Now enter the offset distance of 100 mm for trim plane 2 and you can observe the preview. The portion that is in between these planes will be stretched, that is this normal portion. Then enter the stretch distance accordingly. Like here I am entering 100 mm. And that's it. Simply click on the green tick to confirm the stretch. And that's how the flex tool works. By using flex tool, you can create complex shapes without using multiple features. Thanks for watching. We will be back with another amazing video on SolidWorks. So stay tuned and hit the like and subscribe button.